You wake up in your room. You're feeling good today. It's gonna be a great day. But then you realize something's wrong. You look down at your arm and notice this. You think, how did I get a brand new tattoo? Then you remember. You were getting your fortune told last night by a mysterious woman with green hair. She put her hands over yours and said, "For your future, I see darkness and danger." Then she pulled out a needle. And before you knew it, you had a tattoo. She said it would unlock your hidden powers, but what those are, you have no idea. All you know is that the tattoo burns whenever you're near water. And now you feel an overwhelming urge to find the fortune teller again. So you leave your house and head into town. What do? If you're enjoying this interactive story, make sure to check out more content. We have hundreds of amazing stories like this one that we think you'll love. Also, if you're not yet part of our community, consider joining. We have weekly giveaways, behind-the-scenes content, and a ton of fun interactive stories there too. In 1906, Paris was the art capital of the world. People came from all around to gaze at the masterpieces displayed in its grand museums. One such person was Agnes, a young art investigator whose talent for spotting forgeries was unparalleled. But her greatest test was yet to come. It all started when a renowned French painter named Pierre Allegri died under mysterious circumstances. His funeral was filled with somber faces and hushed whispers as people tried to make sense of his sudden passing. Pierre had been found dead in his studio, a single bullet wound marring his otherwise peaceful features. The authorities ruled it a suicide, but many, including Agnes, suspected foul play. Pierre's friends and family were grief-stricken. His close friend, Charles, a wealthy collector, was particularly devastated. He had been more than a friend to the deceased artist. Their bond went beyond camaraderie into the realm of deep affection. Charles approached Agnes, his eyes filled with unshed tears, and requested she look into Pierre's death, promising to pay her handsomely. Agnes accepted the case, not only because of their friendship, but also because she couldn't shake off the feeling that something wasn't right. What made the situation even more perplexing was the discovery of a strange note in Pierre's pocket, a cryptic message that read, "The portrait has gone to a better place." This enigmatic note hinted at a hidden secret, something connected to one of Pierre's paintings. As Agnes delved deeper into the mystery, she stumbled upon a shocking revelation. The painting in question was none other than the renowned masterpiece, The Weeping Woman. The portrait was indeed missing, having vanished from Pierre's studio along with the artist's life, but how could a painting simply disappear? It wasn't as if it could walk out the door. Days turned into weeks as Agnes tirelessly chased shadows, trying to locate the missing painting and uncover the truth behind Pierre's death. Her investigation led her to a rundown antique shop nestled in the labyrinthine streets of Paris. The owner, a wizened old man with knowing eyes, seemed like he held secrets close. He listened patiently to Anna's query about the Weeping Woman painting, his gaze distant as if retracing memories. When he finally spoke, his voice was a dry whisper, like leaves rustling in autumn winds. "I once saw a painting like that," he began, his eyes twinkling with a strange light. A woman, her face etched with sorrow, a canvas so lifelike that it seemed to breathe. Just as Agnes was about to press him further, a sudden commotion erupted outside. A group of men barged into the shop, their faces grim. They were looking for her. It seemed they were aware of her presence here. Startled, Agnes instinctively reached for the old man, her heart pounding. In that split second, their fingers brushed, and she felt a jolt, an electric shock that sent shivers down her spine. Had he known she was coming here? Why was he hiding something? Did he know more about the painting or even Pierre's death? Or was it all just a coincidence? Suddenly, the old man straightened, his eyes hardening into steely determination. Without a word, he grabbed Inez's hand, pulling her towards a hidden door behind a bookshelf. It was a secret passageway leading them away from the commotion and into a labyrinth of tunnels beneath the antique shop. The tunnels were dark and dank, the air thick with the scent of decay. They were clearly uncharted territory, known only to a few. They emerged into a vast underground chamber illuminated by flickering gas lamps. It was a secret art gallery, its walls adorned with countless masterpieces. And among them hung the weeping woman painting, her sorrowful eyes seeming to pierce through Inez's soul. But that wasn't the only surprise awaiting her. Standing before the painting was none other than Charles, his face ashen, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and relief. "Agnes, you found it," he whispered, his voice hoarse with emotion. "The portrait, it's here," but his reaction was puzzling. Why was he here? And why did he seem so surprised to see her? As they stood there, a chilling realization dawned on Agnes. She understood now why Charles had hired her, why he had asked her to investigate Pierre's death. It wasn't just about finding the painting, it was about ensuring its safe return. The painting had been stolen, yes, but it wasn't just an ordinary theft. There was something sinister afoot, something far more dangerous than Agnes had initially imagined. And as she looked at the painting, she noticed something peculiar. It was a copy, an exact replica of Pierre's original work, right down to the woman's sorrowful eyes. But there was one detail that set it apart. The woman in the copy was shedding actual tears. Astonished, Agnes stepped closer, her reflection wavering in the painting's glossy surface. She saw the wet tracks on the canvas, the subtle sheen of moisture. It wasn't paint. It was real water, real tears. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream shattered the silence, echoing through the tunnels. Both Agnes and Charles whirled around, their eyes wide with terror. The old man, his face contorted in pain, clutched his chest, his eyes bulging. He collapsed to the ground, a crimson stain spreading across his white shirt. He looked at them, his gaze pleading, and then he was still. With the old man dead and Charles nowhere to be found, Agnes was on her own. She knew she had to destroy the painting, but its ethereal beauty held her captive. As she pondered, a gentle touch on her shoulder startled her. Turning around, she found herself face to face with a woman unlike any she had ever seen. Her flowing green hair framed a face of unearthly beauty, her eyes shimmering with an otherworldly glow. An intricate tattoo adorned her arm, a design that seemed to writhe and pulse with a life of its own. The woman's gaze was intense, penetrating the facade Agnes had carefully constructed. "I've been waiting for you, Agnes," the woman said, her voice a melodious whisper that resonated deep within Agnes's soul. "I know why you're here. You seek answers, perhaps revenge." The woman was none other than the mysterious fortune teller from Agnes's dream, the one who had marked her with a tattoo that burned when touched by water. As Agnes stared back, she realized this wasn't a mere encounter. This was a pivotal moment, a crossroads in her destiny. The tattoo on her arm throbbed with an urgent pull, drawing her attention to the painting. Its ethereal beauty was a trap, luring her deeper into its enigmatic embrace. "The painting holds the key to everything," the woman continued, her eyes gleaming with an otherworldly wisdom. "It's a portal, a gateway to another realm. And the tears, they are not just water. They are the essence of a trapped soul, to be continued. Do you want to find out what happens next?" Well, unfortunately, we don't have any more content for this story yet. However, this is a very popular format from a certain channel. So if you guys want us to continue this story or even create more stories like this, please hit that thumbs up button. Until then, you can check out more of our content or even join our community to get weekly giveaways. Behind the scenes content, a ton of fun interactive stories there too.